Hey Facebook, this is Krisha Young, your lifestyle strategist and sabotage slayer. And I work with amazing high performing women like you to help you feel better and look better in your body. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I coined, woman-itis. And what this means basically is there is a very common theme around the majority of women out there when it comes to taking care of ourselves. There seems to be this belief that if we prioritize ourselves in some sort of way, something else has to be sacrificed for it. So for example, if you are a busy mom, if you take some time out to take care of yourself, then your children will suffer. If you're married, then and you decide to, maybe you want to go away for a weekend to a spa or something, but you can't even fathom that because, then you're leaving the responsibility of whatever with your spouse or partner. Or if you're a business owner, you feel that you just want to spend all of your time and energy in your business, and taking any kind of time out of that is, it's going to be to the detriment of the business. So, you put yourself last on that list every single time. Perhaps you are all three. Perhaps you are a mother and a wife and a busy career woman, whether that's owning your own business or working for a company. And, you've likely maybe have a deep desire within you to do some things for yourself, but you feel it's just, it's too selfish, or you can't take the time. Having no time is a very, very big issue that I hear from a lot of busy women, because there is no freaking time. I mean, where do you find the time to do these things, right? You're hustling all day long, working and doing what you need to do, and you're taking care of everybody else, whether that's in your business or in your household or both. It's really overwhelming, and all of the stuff and all of the demands that you have. And, you probably only slept a few hours. The kids are driving you nuts and all of that. And the last thing that you feel like doing is some sort of, fancy schmancy thing that is, considered, would be considered, some sort of self-care thing or something. You just simply don't have the brain capacity to be able to take on this one more thing. I get it. I am a working mom. I am an entrepreneur. I own my own business. I have two small children, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, both boys, moms of boys. You get me, right? You feel me. I'm also married. I have a husband, and I have friends, and I have obligations and priorities in my life beyond myself. However, I know that I wouldn't be able to keep up with these demands, keep up with my children, do what I need to do in my business and grow my business, and have the stamina to be able to continue to push and to continue to, produce and do what I need to do in my business if I wasn't at least taking some time out to take care of myself. I want to challenge you on the time excuse, and I'm going to call it straight out what it is. It's an excuse. Yeah, of course, it feels like you have no time. It feels like that. I mean, time is one of our most precious commodities. It's one of those, like once it's gone, it's gone. Whereas with money, we can always earn more, right? But with time, there's that sense of lack. There's that sense of, once it's gone, then what, right? But I want to challenge you on whether or not you have enough time. I would guarantee, and I would love to throw a challenge out there for you. Over the next, 3 or 4 days, I challenge you to take a real honest look at how much time you are using to do things like scroll on social, right? And I get why we do this, like we do that so that we can numb out. Like we don't want to have to think for like a half an hour or an hour, because all we're doing all day long is processing and thinking and doing and being and all this kind of stuff. and having all these demands thrown at us. But I would challenge you on the no time concept and really take a look at where you might be leaking time or spending time on things that aren't necessarily filling your cup, refilling you in a very nourishing kind of way that's going to be able to get you to the next level. Is going to be able to help you up your game. That's going to be able to help you feel better physically inside of your body. So for the next, 3 or 4 days, I'd love for you to track without judgment, just track how much time you're spending, scrolling on Facebook or Instagram, right? Now, of course, when you come across my stuff, you have to watch it, but just see how much time you're actually spending on those mediums. And likewise, how much time you're spending watching like Netflix. I mean, if we think about it, one episode of Scandal is around 45, 47 minutes long. How many of those do you binge watch a night, right? And maybe that's not your vice. Maybe you have something else. But I would challenge you that you have no time with that particular concept and have you take a look at where you actually do have pockets of time. And when you start to find those pockets of time, that's when you can start to implement some of the strategies that I talk about in my videos and in my program, and in all of the different areas that you can connect with me, the relentless rituals that I talk about a lot. I guarantee there is time there for you to be able to tap into resources that are going to replenish you rather than make you feel even more exhausted. I mean, the state of powering through, is great. And it's part of, who you are as a person, and that stamina and that wanting to, continue working and pushing and striving is great. And I would never take that away from you. But I would also look at ways in which that doing that all out all the time is maybe affecting you. And I know with the women that I work with, there's a lot of exhaustion, there's a lot of burnout, there's a lot of digestive issues, like that bloating and not feeling good. There's a lot of resentment and bitterness and even sadness. Like there's a lot of emotions, and believe me, I have struggled through this myself, and I still do on occasion. I'm human, but I have these tools that I use to practice, and these particular symptoms, they end up manifesting as physical problems inside your body, like weight gain, maybe even disease like diabetes or cancer, right? Sleep problems. There's all sorts of like emotional eating, stress eating. There's all sorts of physical manifestations that happen inside of your body as a result of pushing too hard all the time, and then choosing your numb out time as to literally numb out, rather than choosing your numb out time as being, even just a couple of times a week, being something that is going to nourish you at a soul level and nourish you and revitalize you and help you have more energy for all these things that you want to do, and more ideas for your business or your career or whatever, more stamina to play with your kids, and less, yelling at them, less frustration, less feeling angry and bitter all of the time. So that is my challenge to you. I would love for you to really take an audit of how much time you're spending maybe doing some things that deep down inside aren't really helping you get to the next level, and where maybe you can take some of those things out and replace them with a ritual that will take you to the next level, that will help replenish your body, your mind, and your soul. I talk about this in my Delicious Life program. I talk about this in the 5 things you should stop doing now checklist that I have. So please feel free to take a look at those offers and see how you can start implementing this into your already very busy life. I'm not here to, take away your A-type status, or your, you know, high performing, high achieving. You're a high performing, high achieving woman, and I get that, and I love that about you, and I am too. I would never take that away from you, but I would love for you to be a high performing, high achieving woman who is healthy as you know what, and who, you know, is confident in your body, feels good in your body, and, you know, your mindset is, you know, so beautiful and calm, and you're not beating yourself up every single day. That's what I want for you. So I invite you to take this challenge just over the next couple of days and really take notice and get some awareness on where you might be leaking time that you feel that you don't have. Thank you very, very much for watching today's live stream, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.